Field getting the 1 to go sign here for the stock 4, waiting for their initial green flag, as it will be the 12 of Rod Tucker with the 117 of Matt Gilbert set to lead him to green. Row 2 will be our other 12 tonight. That is J.R. Baker alongside the 27 of Scott Nelson. Then you've got the 8 of Ray Story with the 2 of Thomas Collins. Field down through turn 3. Got to wait till the stripe. Gilbert poking the nose out front. Rod Tucker fires. Green flag is out for the stock 4. And Ray Story all over the back bumper of J.R. Baker. Got him out of shape as we have a battle for the lead off of turn 2. Matt Gilbert around the outside to the point. Down into turn 3. Gilbert through the middle of the corner. Tucker through the lower line of 3 and 4. Matt Gilbert, though, he'll lead lap 1. Tucker back down to the inside, slides up the hill, clips the left rear corner of Matt Gilbert. But Gilbert keeps it rolling, though. And those top 2 have broken away from the rest of the field as J.R. Baker has been left to deal with the 8 of Ray Story back for that 3rd spot. Scott Nelson at 27, back to the 5th spot. That rounds out your top 5. Collins rounds out the cars on track. TJ Teal having a fire inside the car, was unable to make the initial green flag, so that is the only car off track so far is Teal. The best battle on track right now is for that 3rd spot. Baker down to the low side. Story going to follow him down there as Gilbert flashes by to complete lap 1, and Thomas Collins slowed down on the inside, trying to keep it rolling to see if he can make it back to the pits. It's Gilbert out in front by about 7/10 as Tucker trying to track him down. Gilbert able to snag the lead on the initial start, and I don't think Collins is going to be able to make it back, and he will stop and bring out a caution, clearing the 2 of Collins off of the racetrack. And then we'll be good to go with the top 5 on track. Matt Gilbert has led all 5 laps so far over Rod Tucker, J.R. Baker, Ray Story in the 8, and Scott Nelson to round things out so far. Collins back to the pits there for the 2, a new fresh look on that ride for the 2020 season. And the field will get the 1 to go sign this time. Lights are out. Matt Gilbert will lead him around to the back straightaway, and then we'll see about getting this thing rolling again. Front wheel drive, bring him to pit road. Front wheel drive, you are up next. Front wheel drive, you are up next. Field down the back straightaway. Green flag is out. Matt Gilbert on the gas. Able to get a couple of car lengths away from Rod Tucker as they'll bring him around off turn 4, coming to line. Gilbert, before the caution, had just ran his fastest lap of the race with a 17.341. That was about a 10th and a half quicker than Rod Tucker, as the halfway sign will come out. 6 down, 6 more to go. It's Matt Gilbert only by 4/10 over Rod Tucker as they ride, leaving J.R. Baker to once again deal with Ray Story. Story with a big run down into turn 3. And he has to check up to keep from running into the back of Baker, and that'll be the battle for 3rd continuing to rage on as we got 5 laps to go. Matt Gilbert leading over Tucker and Baker with Story in tow. Again, front wheel drive, need you to staging. Front wheel drive, be ready to roll for your main event. 4 laps to go here for Matt Gilbert as he has tacked on about 7 more tenths over Tucker. Baker himself only has 3 over Story. Drives it down into turn 3, trying to find a way around him. Story down to the low side, and he gets side by side there with Baker. But Baker hangs on to the outside and that 3rd spot most importantly. 2-car fight up front, as it is Gilbert continuing to cruise control away. He's got 1.1 seconds now over Tucker. Baker still has a handful of not only that car, but 4th place Story. And Scott Nelson also lurking back there in 5th. Gilbert comes by. Should be looking about 2 laps to go, I think, with Gilbert adding 3 more tenths to an advantage. A Story continuing to try and work underneath Baker, but Baker has that advantage. Actually, no, Story, big power run off of turn 2, but Baker checks him up down into 3 as the leaders take the white flag. 1 more lap to go this time for Gilbert and Tucker. Story with the nose out in front of Baker, trying to slide up in front of him, and no dice as Baker hangs on to the outside, but it will be checkers for Matt Gilbert. Main event winner for the Stock 4, Rod Tucker second, and now for the battle for third off of turn 4, drag race to the line. It will be Story to third, Baker fourth, and Scott Nelson in fifth.